Now, obviously, Chad, I can't call it a night or even switch to Road to the Show or anything like that until we know how good a certain player is. Let's continue on. Let's continue on here. Might hold off on Road to the Show tonight for that reason. We are obviously going to have to sign certain people. Home Run Derby. Say hello to Gleyber Torres. I thought for sure it was going to be Juan Soto. Gleyber Torres makes the Home Run Derby for me. I'm not going to bother watching it. We got that experience with Soto before. But shout out to Gleyber Torres. In terms of the All-Stars this year, Ohtani's the starter there, no surprise. Do I have anybody, or more than one person, I should say? Of course, I have at least one guy. Who do I have here? Gleyber Torres with this .315 batting average. Way to go, Gleyber. Do I have anybody else? No. For you guys, Juan Soto is yet again an all-star. No surprise there. Gavin Lux is also an all-star, proven to be a good signing for you guys. No Vladdy, though. But not bad. Not bad. 2 all-stars for chat, then. All right. So here we go. The first day to sign people. Mr. Orozco, I need you to be the stud of all studs as a starter is concerned to make up for what I just lost. Orozco is signed. Marvin Duarte has signed. He is now a merman. What about Jared Hayes? Jared Hayes also signs. So far, so good. Luke Gehringer. First to decline. What about Robert Fujita? Fujita also declines. And Anthony Chow signs. Frank Reyes is the final one. There's nothing I can do for him, so not a bad start for me. Let's check out chat. Of course, taking Matt Harmon 3rd overall. And Harmon has signed. Ahmad Munoz. Can't really lowball him yet. Derek Hope has signed. Tyrone Ray declines that initial offer. Abraham Elise has signed. Peter Otto, who had auto-drafted at the very end. He does sign, though. Let's see if he ends up being very good. And then Charles O'Connor, you still got to work on. So, all right. Advance forward a few days. See what we got. 20 wins for the A's, by the way. 32 for the Mermen. I don't understand how I'm winning more games than you guys. I really don't. Tyrone Ray declines again. Auto-drafted. Haha. Ahmad Munoz. Still avoid sending an offer to for now. For me, Robert Fujita has signed. Mr. Gehringer declines again. Frank Reyes also declines. That's fine. Can hold out for those two. Mr. Gehringer. Thank you for signing. Reyes is my last guy. Jesus Christ. Okay, Frank. Whatever. For you guys, let's see. Tyrone Ray finally accepts. Ahmad Munoz. Still can't lowball him enough. So might as well leave him in there for a few more days. Let's see. Munoz. Can you finally lowball him? Yes, you can. And he signs. Your final player is Charles O'Connor, the first baseman. And chat has signed their entire draft class. And I just have Frank Reyes left. And he is signed. So yet again, we have both signed the entirety of our draft class. Trade deadline day. Ryan Helsley traded to the Dodgers for Josu de Paula, Sabine Ceballos, and Clifford Brett. Dodgers stocking up. Here we go. Let's take a look at chat's draft first. As you started off with Matthew Harmon, 3rd overall. Again, he's not bad. He's not bad. He's not, going to be prime Pedro Martinez. But he is a very, very solid option for your future rotation, joining what was already a solid team. So that was a good pick. I can't wait for you guys to win like 5 World Series. Derek Hope, 19 years old, 79 overall B potential. Holy hell, what a pick for chat in round 2. And right after him was Ahmad Munoz, 18 years old, a solid 60 overall B potential. You got a really solid starter and some bullpen help both now and in the future. This is another great draft for you guys. Tyrone Ray, overall is a bit low. He'll make it eventually, but at 22, his overall is a bit low. Abraham Elise is fine. 58 at 18, C potential. O'Connor, big-time project at first base. 45 overall, but he's 18 with a B potential. And then Peter Otto, to be honest, wasn't that bad for a 6th-round pick for an automatic selection. So that was a really good draft class for chat. You got to look there at the actual potential numbers. No A potentials, but that was a really solid class. Very good there. Very good there, chat. For myself, if I can't get the next Ichiro, at least I can get Charles Orozco, 6th overall. Thank you, baseball Jesus. I needed that. That's my future ace right there. 18 years old, 68 overall, A potential for Orozco. I needed that so badly. So badly. Behind him is the closer, Marvin Duarte. Not quite as good as I needed him to be. He will eventually make it, but obviously he's nowhere near the closer that you guys ended up with. He's okay. Jared Hayes. 21 years old, only a 59, kind of sucks, but he has the A potential. He might be able to develop into it. It's not too bad. Luke Gehringer, same thing, a project. It'll take him a while, but he'll get there. It's not too bad. Robert Fucci does okay. 67 overall, 23. I mean, he better be mid to high 60s at freaking 23 years old, bare minimum. Anthony Chow, good project for me in center field. Frank Reyes, a very good project for me at 2nd. That was a pretty good draft for me. For both of us, really. But Charles Orozco, thank God you exist. Whew, we both had very good draft classes, chat. Let's not waste any time. I need to know. I need to know. I can't wake my wife up by yelling. I can't wake my wife up by yelling. I cannot wake my wife up by yelling. It's 3 a.m. Don't do it. Don't scream. You just want to scream at the top of your fucking voice, but don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. I want to yell. I want to cry. I want to scream. Of all the goddamn lotteries to lose, I have seen better players generated on Twitter. You know, people have shared like the fucking crazy ass players that they've gotten. I know players are crazier than that. No, Hulk, she doesn't. I know players can generate crazier than this. That is the best player we've seen generated in this game so far. Fuck me. And then they got frickin' Bertram Barrett behind him, who was also fantastic. Words cannot describe the impact on this challenge that player would have had for me. There is a chance I still get him in the future, But to get that player out of the draft and to have guaranteed control over him and to never let him go would have been insane. Like that would have been such an incredible addition for me. And now I have to hope I can get him in the future. You know, once he's a free agent. I'm so sad right now. I am so unbelievably sad right now. Rockies aren't letting him go. My only hope is that he hits free agency as a qualified player, and I'll give up the picks to get him. I'm so bummed right now, man. He is as good as I thought he would be, as good as I said he would be. Maybe not quite a 90, but damn close. Hiroki Yamazaki, the only chance I have of winning this head-to-head is if I land him, and I didn't get him in the draft because I lost the lottery. And again, Bertram Barrett was a phenomenal addition for them as well. The Dodgers, good pick with Griffith. Okay pick with Gomes. San Diego did not sign their first round pick. Ortega's okay. San Fran had a pretty rough draft. Baltimore, great pick with right fielder Adrian Wilder. At least this means future drafts could have good prospects for you. Yeah, I mean, this looked like a good draft in and of itself. Like I said, the good thing is these players exist in our fantasy world here. I would be absolutely boned if they didn't exist. Now it feels like I might at least have a fighting chance since these type of players are being generated out of the nations that I need. So, holy shit. I got dog hair in my mouth from that blanket. 67 overall, 21, 95 potential. Almanza's a great player behind him. Dude, this was a good draft class, man. Blue Jays get Tino Colon. This was a hell of a draft class across the board. Even someone like Yamazaki should be available to me in the future, and that's good. Holy shit. What a class. White Sox got Joaquin Rodriguez, who wasn't bad. Cyrus Reyes is also pretty good. Cleveland, DeAndre Cruz, solid. Fireballer, too. Detroit with Jess Gentry, solid pick. William Luther later on, that's a good steal. Kansas City, Keith Fink, solid pick. Not much else. Minnesota did not sign their first round pick. They had a very bad class. Houston didn't have a great class either. Second year in a row. The Angels with San Guillen, okay. Santo, not too bad either. Of course, we already looked at your draft class, chat. Seattle. Richie Ames is solid. Texas didn't do much. Atlanta didn't do much. They did draft Hideo Yokoyama. I'm glad he exists. Might help me out in the future. Of course, my Mermen. And then for the Mets, Pedro Hernandez, solid. Cesar Zamora, very solid. And Alex Reyna, who I didn't end up drafting. He's solid, but I mean, he's a 51 overall at 21 years old. No flow correct. They ran into the draft, yes. So that was my fear with Reyna, is that the overall would be very low. Philly didn't sign their first rounder. They did get Peter Tachiki, who is okay. The overall is a bit low at 23. Thomas Takahashi, I would have liked to have gotten. Solid pick. Bit of a project. Again, he exists. Washington, not a great draft for Washington. I am still depressed. I can't believe it. The Cubs with Josh Dickerson, really good pick. Frank Small, solid pick behind him. Andreas Rosa, also okay. Cincy with William Shin, another player. Again, I debated taking him early. I made the right choice with Orozco. Again, glad he exists. Odell Martin, Milwaukee had themselves a rough draft. Joe Maloney was available to you guys. Pittsburgh, Corey Biggs, great pick. Great pick there. Ryan Crook as well is not bad. And Reggie Leon's a good late pick, too. St. Louis, not much going on for them. Arizona, okay pick and Ted Payne. Great name. Columbus Thomason. What a name. And the first overall pick, Hiroki Yamazaki. The Rockies took him after winning the lottery. We had the top 2 odds. The Rockies, I think, also had the same percentage. They won it. I would have needed a top 2 pick, either first overall or second behind you guys to get him, and it didn't happen. I just have to hope I get a hold of him eventually. That's the only hope I have of winning anything, is getting my hands on a player like that. In terms of contract extensions, I'm going to look to bring back Eugenio Suarez. The Rockies have just cursed me lately. Even Jose Quintana, I'm going to look to bring back for a year just because he's a body that can pitch, basically. Nobody else I had to worry about. For you guys, Yuri Perez, Clayton Kershaw, Mike Yastrzemski are the names to worry about. Even if Yaz is asking for a bit too much, it's still going to be worth signing him just to fill out the roster. Same with Clayton Kershaw, and who knows, he might retire. But it is worth, overextending a smidge just to sign those guys. Yuri Perez is the big one. He's arbitration eligible. Yeah, you're going to want to go to arbitration with Yuri Perez. So that'll happen in the offseason. Let's see how the season finishes up here for our teams. Obviously, the biggest thing right now, lose as many games as possible. Frank, they literally can't trade him this early. He doesn't even show up on the roster. You guys are definitely going to end up with bottom 3 odds. I somehow have 45 wins. So there's a chance I'm going to win too many damn games and screw myself out of a higher draft pick. Not like it mattered in terms of lottery odds this past year. None of our minor league clubs make the playoffs. So the Vancouver A's finish at 41 and 121, while my Mermen finish with 54 wins and 108 losses. I have no idea how you guys are worse right now. Not a clue. Playoffs are Minnesota, Texas, New York, Tampa, Cleveland, and Los Angeles, Anaheim. Philadelphia, Arizona, Cincy, New York, Atlanta, and LA on the other side. Let's take a look at some stats. The awards, of course. That's right. I do have the better depth fillers. That's true. I shouldn't be that much better, though, because you have the star power. So for you guys this year, Juan Soto led the team in hits. 180 on the year. 26 home runs. Just 21 home runs for Vladdy. He did miss some time, but that's a low number. He's not declining, though. He is declining against lefties, though. Gavin Lux had a big year of improvement. He went up 3 overall for you guys. Soto has dropped down from, I believe, a 98 overall down to a 97. His power against righties dropped quite a bit, but his contact against lefties was almost an even swing. In terms of the RBIs, 80 for Lux, 75 for Vladdy, 74 for Soto. Lux was a great signing, yeah. Soto, Guerrero, and Lux, your top hitters. And then John Slaughter goes up in overall, but doesn't get the B back. In terms of the pitchers, 9 wins for Dylan Cease with a 4.44 ERA, up to a 94 overall, though. Yuri Perez also over a 4 ERA, but he is now a 91. He's gone up 11 points since you guys have signed him. Kershaw went 3 and 13. And then Jim David also got some innings pitched in September. He's going to be a stud for you, no doubt. For my Mermen, leading the way with hits, Torres and Rengifo. 163 each. 38 home runs for Torres. 31 for Luis Rengifo. Holy shit. Career high of 19 last year. Rengifo has just turned into a fucking monster. Torres as well now, back-to-back 30 home run seasons. I should change my abbreviation so it doesn't look like Atlanta, even though that was the joke. The abbreviation should be MER. What a season for Gleyber Torres. That's unreal. Torres and Rengifo. Venezuela! As long as Venezuela lives, I have life. What a season for Torres. Kim wasn't too bad either. He did decline a little bit, though. That scares me. Jose Quintana was my winningest pitcher. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Suarez had a sub-4 ERA. Quintana had the most wins with a 6.39 ERA. Garcia got worse. Suarez got worse. Kikuchi got worse. Well, my pitching is struggling a bit. Keonis went up to an 84, though, so that's good. In terms of the award winners, National League MVP goes to Matt Olson. I can't necessarily disagree with it, although there was a really good argument for Ohtani. AL MVP, Corey Seager. Yeah, I can't really disagree with that either. Your AL Cy Young goes to Shane McClanahan. Can't disagree with that. Your NL Cy Young to Shohei Ohtani for the 3rd straight season. Can't disagree with it. NL batting title to Cincinnati's Matt McClain, the 329 average. The AL goes to Jose Ramirez with a ridiculous 343 average. Reliever of the year, Emmanuel Clase. Yeah, I agree with that. And then NL, Jose Leclerc wins it again. I mean, had less saves than Alvarado, but the ERA and strikeouts, you probably got to give it to him. Rookie of the year, Dave McClain, who was a high draft pick in the previous. Looking great for Washington. AL Rookie of the Year was nearly Vancouver's John Slaughter, but it goes to Kobe Mayo with 22 home runs in Baltimore. Hank Aaron awards to Jordan and Corbin Carroll. For shits and giggles, any Gold Glove winners? Any Gold Glove winners? Any at all? Show me a Gold Glove winner. No. Third rank guy. Yeah, I was only looking at the winners, though. So, 2027, let's see how the playoffs go here, chat. We'll take it from there. Minnesota over Texas, New York over Tampa, Philly over Arizona, and Cincy over the New York Mets. Cleveland over Minnesota, New York over LA, Philadelphia over Arizona, and Atlanta over Philadelphia, and LA over Cincy. So you're down to Cleveland, New York, Atlanta, and LA. Let's see. The World Series will be the Dodgers against the Yankees. How boring. Go Dodgers. Go Dodgers. In a Game 7, the Dodgers win the World Series with World Series MVP Christian Arroyo. Okay. Now, obviously, this Dodger team is still going to be, just ridiculous. I mean, they traded for Ryan Helsley. I mean, damn, that's a hell of a team. That is one hell of a team. Bruce Starr went back as well. So the Dodgers win another one. Their second time in 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. And we move to yet another off season. Now, we're not going to go through the full off season here. Jerry, I'm retiring, Jerry. I did lose Jose Quintana, but neither of us lost anybody too important to us. You guys did lose Clayton Kershaw as well. Does he make the Hall of Fame? Yes, he does. He's going in as a Dodger. How disrespectful to the A's. But Kershaw makes the Hall of Fame. Let's take a look here. The reason why I'm not going to go too far is I'm probably going to mess around with jerseys off stream. Let's see. You guys you finished with a worse record than I did, so you get top shot at a hitting coach and a first base coach. So in terms of that hitting coach, I mean, John McCarthy. You lose that on drag bunting, but that contact boost, that's a phenomenal coach to bring in. And your first base coach, Best available, Sergio Navarro. Who bunts in baseball anymore, right? For me, I need a hitting coach and a pitching coach. In terms of a hitting coach, I'm going to go for Miguel Juarez. That power boost. And the pitching coach, let's go for Ray Morse. I saw Steven Vogt down there. And I have Kikuchi and Gio with options. I mean, I got plenty of money. Let's just pick up those options and keep them around. So, I got to look at something. Why? Why do I torture myself with this? Performs better when the team's behind. He's already got a quirk out of the gates. I'm not going to get that guy until like 2034 at the earliest. God damn, 6 years at least. And that's dependent on how soon they put him in the majors. Right now, he's listed as double. I presume they're going to put him in the major leagues out of the gates. If they don't, it's solely just a mess with me. I pray we see him in a Merman jersey for his prime years. I pray. And indeed, let's get this underway tonight, chat. Why not? We got more progress to make in this dumb challenge that we currently have going on again with chat's Vancouver Athletics. I mean, Christ, you got 490 rated players at this stage. Obviously, the depth isn't quite there, but that's still a good situation for the team. And of course, for my Mermen of Atlantis. I got a couple of good players, but certainly nothing too crazy. And why not? One more time. I have a button for this. Fuck! Again, he went first overall last year to the Rockies. I will hopefully get him in the future. Time will tell. But we're ready to advance here. It was offered Dominguez for Blackburn, but it wouldn't let me, so rip. Oof. Again, Rylo, thank you for the kind words. I do appreciate it. Okay, I did not get the pitching coach that I wanted. That's never fun. All right, I need a pitching coach. Elvin Slater. Shout out to Elvin. Elvin Slater. He also... Why don't you want to move to Atlantis? Think about everything we have to offer. I don't know what we have to offer. Great seafood, I guess. Incredible technology. And you can travel here by submarine. There we go. Christ. All right, your hitting coach offer did not go through. So let's see. Arav Kapoor. Arav Kapoor. Can bring him in. Subpar atmosphere. Oh, Endo. Endurance M. Endo, by the way, it's not, I didn't text you about this earlier because it's not totally locked in. There is a chance, it's not confirmed, that I might be in the Toronto area briefly next month. There is a chance. I just thought you should know. All right, let's take a look here. Every year for summer, there's a chance. It's true, but I genuinely mean it this time. I genuinely mean it this time. Now I'm not just leading you on. All right, nobody for there. Yuri Perez needs contract. Ronald Marrero was yours as well, I think. Even if he wasn't, you might as was. I should have written down whether or not you guys drafted Ronald Marrero. I'm gonna guess that you did. But then again, he wants $1 million as a 57 overall. So yeah, you probably shouldn't go after Ronald Marrero. Yuri Perez. Again, it was going to likely be arbitration for him, although 3 years of $4.8 million is a hell of a contract. 4-1 Yuri Perez. Really no reason to not go for it. We'll see if he takes it. And in terms of that arbitration offer, $3.8 million. There you go. Deal there for Yuri Perez. His first live stream been on YouTube since 2018. Well, right. Again, thank you for that. I know I stream at a god-awful time, and I'm so sorry for that. A god-awful time. But, I do what I can. All right, just trying to make sure. Sam Rosen. Look, if you guys drafted Sam Rosen, you don't need the fucking guy. He's terrible. Let's see. And hello, Crash Andrews as well. Everybody's here. Jeremiah Jackson was a Rule 5 pickup for you guys last year. So we'll let go of him. The Spo needs a new deal. Halpin was a Rule 5. Maloney is actually yours. Neither of those two. Francis Menard. Search White Kid Dab on YouTube. No, I don't think I will. And Crash, I don't know why you have been looking that up. I'm concerned for you. Let's see. Richie Christensen was also yours. Juan Baroa. Howie Elliott's. Clyde Floyd. Great name. Avi England. I swear to God, I thought it was Schittler. It's Schlittler, which might not be any better. Might not be. So let's take a look at free agency here, chat, in terms of the money that you might have available. Available players this year include 30-year-old Adley Rutschman. For the record, you guys do not have the money to sign Adley Rutschman for $40 million. You do not have that money. So Adley will not be coming to Vancouver. I'm not the one who went to a zoo alone. I went to a zoo alone because you don't know how to travel. Be jealous that I saw a goat and a sleeping tiger. Be jealous. Be jealous. Let's see. Wilson Contreras. He is 30. Cal Raleigh's 31. I had a fucking blast in your... I bet you did have a blast in your hotel room. All right, so you guys could go for William Contreras if you wanted to. First base, obviously, you have Vladdy there, so you really don't need anybody. There's really nobody that kind of fits your time limit either of Kirilloff on. Second base, you guys have Gavin Lux, who had a great season last year. 30-year-old Bryson Stott is available. Willie Castro is as well. Third base, I mean, you got John Slaughter there, but Yohan Moncada, Patrick Wisdom. Isaac Paredes, he could be on your side this time instead of butchering you guys in the playoffs. That could be fun. Shortstop. We really don't have a shortstop yet, but Geraldo Perdomo, the old Geraldo, is available. Trevor Story at 35. Mateo. How much money does Perdomo want? 23. You guys do have the money to sign Perdomo. Left field. You really don't have a left field option yet. You got 30-year-old Stephen Kwan. It's the best deal there. Center field. Luis Roberts. 30 years old. Brandon Marsh. Chaz Chisholm, as they once called him. Of course, I do not have access to the Bahamas. You guys do. Leody Taveras. I mean, you guys definitely have options. It's just, hey, I might be able to get Seiya Suzuki. Let's go. You guys definitely have options. It's just what direction do you want to go? How much money do you want to spend? Pitching-wise, Lex Diaz is there. Duran's available to you. Camilo Duvall. Felix Batista, but he's 32. Andreas Munoz. How long is Shohei's contract? Until the end of time. Kafasi at 31. Sandlin at 31. It really is a question of just how much money do you guys want to risk spending. I mean, McClanahan's 30. Ooh, Pablo Lopez. Another Venezuelan. Reed Detmer's out there at 28. So yeah, it really is the question of just how much money do you guys want to risk spending? Again, we'll look over your team one more time. You have some project catchers, but you don't really have a starting catcher yet. And again, you can't afford Adley. You got a first baseman in Vladdy. You got a solid second baseman in Gavin Lux. A younger third baseman who's okay. You don't have a major league ready shortstop. Now, technically, Jeremiah Jackson's on your team, but he was a Rule 5 pickup last year. And again, we're trying not to hold on to Rule 5 pickups. So you really don't have a shortstop. You don't have a left fielder either. Halpin was a Rule 5 pickup. So the outfield's looking a bit weak. Shortstop's looking a bit weak. So left center or short, catcher as well. Probably the best bet for you when it comes to position players. And again, Rutschman's out of the question. But you got William Contreras at 30, Cal Raleigh at 31. A couple of 31-year-olds. Third base, nobody crazy. Paredes at 29 is a decent little signing right now. Shortstop, again, Perdomo is affordable, but pricey, and you'd have to give up a draft pick. Trevor Story, Mateo. You really don't have a great shortstop option. If we're being honest, it's either like Paredes at third base, Contreras or Cal Raleigh at catcher, Kwan in left. Robert would probably be too expensive because you'd have to give it the draft pick. So then Brandon Marsh or Jazz, Leody Taveras as well. So what we will do is throw it to a poll for you guys here. Yeah, it'll be a traditional what do. And will it be target a catcher like Contreras? Like Willie Contreras or Cal Raleigh? Will it be target a third baseman? Will be a little bit cheaper like Isaac Paredes? Will it be a left field option like Stephen Kwan? Or will it be a center field option like Brandon Marsh or Jazz? Leody Taveras is there as well. Or do you want to save money? You want to save money to make sure you have it in the future if there's a big signing that you want. Poll is up. You might have to refresh to get it to pop up. Hopefully it pops up regardless. But let me know what you guys want to do. I need to take a look at my available options in terms of eligible players. And actually, Contreras isn't available. That's right. He's from Venezuela. For some reason, I didn't think Contreras. So catcher-wise, it would be like Cal Raleigh then. Because, again, Adley's a bit too pricey. So, yeah, if you were to go for a catcher, it'd be like Cal Raleigh or Tyler Stevenson. So I guess I could go for William Contreras. What are the highest rated players that I have here? Dominican's not available. A lot of Dominican players. So Pablo Lopez as a starter. Again, I wish I had the Bahamas available to get Jazz back. So Venezuela for Contreras. If it's not Contreras, it's Brendan Donovan. So I'm looking at Contreras, Donovan, or Seiya Suzuki. Wilmer Flores is there too. You got to fix the issue of seeing a blank poll and not being able to vote. Outside of refreshing the page or potentially the app, that would be the answer. Chat's going to vote to save money, though. I think that's a pretty good decision. Donovan was born in Germany, at least. So... But yeah, based on what's up there, it's pretty one-sided in the save money debate. So, okay, so do I go for 30-year-old William Contreras? How much money does he want? 14 mil? Do I go for 31-year-old Brendan Donovan? I mean, like the ultimate utility man. I mean, I can't go for Seiya Suzuki. He's 33. I'd love to go for Suzuki, but that's just not going to happen. So for me, it is down to either Donovan or Contreras. It's got to be Contreras that I target here for my top option at catcher. Try to front load this deal as well. Since I have the money to do so. What's it going to take to get a max interest offer? There we go. $77 million over 5 years is the deal there. So that'll be my target. And then in terms of a pitcher, I would have to give up a draft pick for 32-year-old Pablo Lopez. That is not ideal. That is not ideal. But if I sign him, I might potentially be able to trade him to get something too. So, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. 3-year deal, club option, front load that bad boy. Oh my God, he wants $32 million a year. Pablo, you're out of my price range right now, Chief. You are out of my price range, especially to give up a draft pick and to pay you that much. No shot. No shot. So I'm not going to get insane pitching help this offseason. Could be Erod at 35. But I think it's going to be Loaizaga. He's at 33 out of Nicaragua. Not the best pitching help in the world. But I'll bring in the former Yankee. And that'll be the play for me there. So my target's pretty straightforward. William Contreras. And oh, shut up. And Loaizaga as the options there. Yuri's up to like a 91. John Lasagna. Yeah, we got to Americanize him. John Lasagna. Ridiculous. So for you guys, you wanted to save money there. In terms of relievers, do you also want to save money or even starters? Like, again, you'd have to give up a draft pick for one of the top 4. Like 31-year-olds are available. Jesus Luzardo's 30. Mackenzie Gore's 29. He wants about $20 million a year. Are you still just intrigued by saving money instead of getting half-decent players or solid players now? Do you want to hold out hope that like a Jackson Holiday eventually hits the market at 27 years old, and that way you know you would have the funds to get him at that point? Obviously, I have a little bit more spending money right now than you guys do, because your budget consists of 2 $40 million players, while they're still, waiting for the back half. So, is the word just to save across the board for chat here? Is that the word? You could go for like a cheap filler player in a position that you need, though. You could just go for somebody dirt cheap. And JP Sears was Rule 5 last year, too, so he's gone. Wait and save? Okay. So yeah, like I said, we'll sim a little bit, and then we'll kind of sign somebody who's half decent to a contract just as a filler option, if that's what you guys prefer. So for myself, I got to keep Mr. Comstock, Robert Oka. I'll still keep Lincoln Hager around. First base, former first overall pick the year before the Rockies had the first pick. I am going to be salty about that. Potentially for the rest of my life. That I got the first overall pick in the wrong year. I might be salty about that for the rest of my life. Sam Valet we need to sign. Fernando Oliva. As the Venezuela to glory continues. Actually, he's 27 already. He's not even mine. He's eligible, but he's not actually mine. Domingo Fernandez. Santiago's not mine. Then for the pitchers, Juan Soto. The best Juan Soto in baseball. Felipe Gonzalez, Dougie Ikeda, David Chang. And that's that. For starters, Bradford's not mine. Austin Jordan is. Carvajal is as well. William Koo. Mr. Guerrero, and David Valdez. There we go. Let's see how free agency plays out for our two teams here. So you guys do get your hitting coach, William Contreras, on his way to the Atlantis Mermen. The Mermen. You might also notice I got rid of the pinstripes and changed the hat color. William Contreras is now a merman. Shane McClanahan gets 8 years from the Twins. Max contract, $40 million a year. That is going to age absolutely terribly. Man, that is going to age terribly. Whew. Oh my God. How do they have the money? Adley's a Dodger for the next 6 years. Almost a max contract at $39.8 million. The max is $40, unless it's front loaded. Wow. Defer. They must, yeah. It must be. You guys do have Yuri Perez for 3 more years. And let's see. I think I'm looking okay. Also got my reliever. We're looking okay. Same ownership group at the PWHL. They can afford it even in video game form. That's fair. That is fair. Perdomo gets a big 5-year deal from the Blue Jays. $23 million. Reed Detmers gets a 5-year deal from the Mets. And let's see here. So again, for chat, there will still be some names available. Might as well just hold off. Reds chat elected to hold off on major signings this year and to save money. So Nick Lodolo was in Chicago for 5 years. Luis Robert heads to Cleveland for 6. Felix Bautista gets 3 years from Milwaukee. Jordan Hicks gets 5 years from Baltimore. You wouldn't pay Bautista, but you pay Jordan Hicks. Good old Jazz on his way to the Yankees for the next 4 years. The 2027 draft lottery. What is the worst that could happen? We have the top 2 odds yet again. I need a top 2 pick. Number 1, preferably.
Here comes a pizza. See it? Oh, jeez.
First overall, 6th in the year that I needed to get first, and then first overall again. If there's no player eligible to me after I missed out on an 87 overall the 1 year I didn't get the first overall pick, I'm going to be furious. Chat suffers my fate from last year as you guys fall to 6th. Not ideal, but never as damaging as falling to 6th will be for me, because of my limited player pool as showcased last year. So, wow. 5 teams moved up. Merman with the number 1 pick. Okay, but there sure was, and he was out of Japan. I lost the lottery last year, and the Rockies got Hiroki Yamazaki last night. First overall. So, yeah. Heads up, Nicaragua is still North America. Uh-oh. Fuck, you're right. Yeah, the reliever I signed, I can't keep. God damn it. God damn it. Well, there wasn't another pitcher I wanted anyway. Yeah. Well, there we go. I'll get rid of him. Fuck. This island bullshits. And no, they're probably going to call him up. He literally hasn't played a game for them yet. Well, we're off to the Rule 5. Diaz on his way to the Giants for 6 years. Andres Munoz goes to Baltimore for 4. And we get to the Rule 5. I'll hit go to draft. You guys took a dude. I'm going to skip my picks. Just kind of is what it is. I mean, one of our teams are going to end up with Rule 5 picks anyway. Mackenzie Gore to Detroit for 4 years. Willie Castro, 3 years to Atlanta. Pablo Lopez, 4 years with the Yankees. Stephen Kwan. Got Adley and Stephen Kwan. Jesus. Tanner Houck on his way to Philly for 4 years. Rosarena gets 2 years in Arizona. Justin Steele, 2 years in Houston. Newt Barr, also on his way to the Dodgers for 3 years. Bryson Stott gets 6 years with the Angels. Some of these contracts, man. Joe Ryan, 4 years in St. Louis. Okay. Well, the big thing for chat now is, again, you are allowed some free agent signings here. Even if you wanted to go after the guy that I cut. I mean, and these wouldn't count towards your spring training signings either. So if you want to go for somebody dirt cheap here, just to improve, I mean, again, shortstop was a need. Like, you could bring in J.P. Crawford for the year, Tyrone Taylor in center field, or do you just want to hold off entirely? But there are signings you can make, chat. What do you think? What direction would you like to go? LA be cheating with that budget. They always do. Yeah, there actually isn't a single player here that you high rated that you can't sign, basically. Somebody speak for chat or we move on. I mean, it would be a smart move to bring in, like, Robbie Ray for the year, you know? All right. Can we sign Deke's pitcher friend? Michael Fulmer? You could. If you want to do Deke Slayer a solid, you could sign Michael Fulmer. You could. You could. I agree with the reliever. Any disagreements on just giving Michael Fulmer a 1-year deal as a favor to Deke Slayer? $1.2 million? Or at 1.4, that is. Any disagreement to bring in Michael Fulmer as a free agent? Again, this wouldn't count. Also, apparently his break is 212. Huh. That is interesting. What the hell? That is well, there you go. Offer to Fulmer. Again, you could use a catcher. You could use a shortstop, left fielder, center fielder, just to improve things a little bit. Even if it's a short-term move, most of these guys are veterans. What do you guys think? Because with these signings, you know, if you go for a catcher, a shortstop, or one or the other, and then you're still allowed to sign one more player in spring training, you'll almost be able to field a team. Almost. Not entirely, but almost. All of his pitches are knuckleballs. I can't believe that. What the hell? J.P. Crawford getting a shout. 33 years old. Can play second and third if needed. Got some good quirks on him. I mean, he's looking for a decent amount of money, but it's nothing you guys can't afford right now. It's up at the 4.5 mil. All right, JP Crawford also getting the nod for chat here. So we'll see what happens there. And both of them have signed. 212 break included. So spring training, we are each allowed one more signing. Let's see who's out there still. So again, you don't need a second baseman or a first baseman. You could easily go for a starter. And again, we're doing this because the Rule 5 is kind of broken. You could easily go for one of the top pitchers left. Every single one of them is available to you guys. You do need a center fielder as well if you wanted to improve there. So it could easily be like Robbie Ray and Tyrone Taylor. What do you guys think? Just to fill out the team. Honestly, this will probably leave you with just like one position of extreme weakness, and then you guys are probably going to be that much more solid. Seeing shouts for Ray and Taylor. I like Jonathan Lasagna. You could go for the reliever as well. Well, I accidentally double tapped the button on Taylor. Oof. Oof. Tell you what. That was my mistake, and he ended up getting a decent amount of money. Actually, can't I edit his contract? If not, I have a plan. Can I not edit his contract? Okay, well, because I fucked up, if you guys still want Taylor, and to save a little bit of money, we will have you trade him to me for Rando Dude. What do you mean our injury? It's me! You can't... Oh, god damn it. I'll be able to get you guys Tyrone Taylor if you want him, basically. And Jonathan Lasagna. Why not? Get him for the year. Get him for the year. He wants security. 2-year with a club option. Son of a bitch. Buddy, just take the contract. There you go. For myself, who the hell do I even have available on this free agent list at this point to try and improve things? Honduras is not available to me. Son of a bitch. Show me Venezuela. Please. Please show me Venezuela. I desperately need Venezuela. I'm below a 70. There we go. Moises Gomez. Mr. Gomez, I need you here, pal. Yeah, people have made the Georgia joke before. If he had a different name, I'd consider it. But Matt Smith out of Georgia, yeah. Salvi would have been available. I need a pitcher. I need an eligible pitcher. Nerwillian Cedeno, not a pitcher. Australian closer, Liam Hendricks. There we go. Liam, come on down, buddy. Your career's not over yet. There you go. All right, so what we normally do in this instance is move ahead, but then I can't cut players off the roster, and it fucks stuff up anyway. So we will sim to the start of the regular season, then look to fix up our rosters. Panama's North America. I'm just counting it as North America. Just for the sake of simplicity. So, what I have to do first is fix up your roster, because you were the weaker of the two teams last year. The Rule 5 picks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We can share if you want. It's fine. So that'll allow you guys to get rid of Joe Mack, hopefully. Although I can't imagine it's going to claim him. So you know what? Just drop Daryl Ferguson. Outright Joe Mack on waivers. Obviously don't want Duarte or Ray too high up there yet. Keep Jeff Long in double as well. Ender, what's going on, man? We're doing good. Doing good. We're doing good. Double A. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit problematic to update these rosters, so I'll take the time to do it. Again, what I'm going to end up doing, because I accidentally signed Tyrone Taylor to too much money for you guys, is you're going to trade him to me, I'm going to buy him out, and then you're going to sign him back to a better contract because it was my mistake. So, yeah, we'll see what happens.